Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show. Hi, this is Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano, and thank you for listening to the Super Awesome Geek Show.
Hey! Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you can hear me okay. Hello Gerard. Hello Bile. Hello Duffman. How you doing, guys? How you doing? Let me know if you can hear me all right. I hope you can hear me all right. I think we're all there. Let me know if you can hear me. Hopefully there's no echo. I don't want an echo or anything. So I am trying to
John, excuse me a minute. Can we turn the TV on okay here?
I don't know. It's probably going to pick up here. I didn't think about that, but
I'll try it and see.
Yeah.
If not, we can go in March.
I'm trying to get another camera on here. I'm not at my house. I'm in at Mark's place, basically. So let me see if I can. So you guys are anyone's welcome to join in if they want. I put the link at the top. Loud and clear. You're fine. All right. I have this today. So look at this. Doesn't this look exactly like the original? This looks identical to the original one. And I've got some things to look at with this. I want to get the other camera on and we can go in depth on this thing. It's kind of freaking me out that it's basically exactly the same as the original. And I want to know when we open it if it's the same inside too, you know? Messages.
You can sit here and it'll be closer to it. It won't have to be so loud.
Sorry, I suppose I should have set this all up ahead of time, shouldn't I? I shouldn't have been so backwards about this. But there we go. Let's see. We want this one more than me. And cool. Okay. So yes, we have this Dinobot here, and we are we're going to take a look at this thing. Oh, I just put my fingers over the camera. So what's crazy about it is it still has the Dinobot Commander Grimlock Transformers written exactly the same as the original one. Hasbro down here, spelled Hasbro, so it's still Hasbro. Ages 6 and up, includes snap-on weapons and accessories, exactly like the original one back in 1984. Was this assortment number? It has the black and red grid behind it. The artwork's the same. The dinosaurs in there the same. My only thing is, did they have foam? Did the originals have foam, or were they also just plastic? Like I don't remember if there was a foam interior or if they were in plastic like this. But top is exactly the same. Transforming in there. It says Transformers right on it, just like the original did, right up here, more than meets the eye. Heroic Autobot, like it was right there. And everything is spelled exactly the same. Like there's no misspellings on here. Transforms from dinosaur to robot and back. It's all exactly the same. The back here, it says it is a world transformed where things are not what they seem. It's the world of the Transformers, a world of heroic Autobots and evil Decepticons. So they're proof of purchase here. Tech specs, clip and save, use a special decoder inside. So everything is written exactly the same as it was, save for special Transformer premiums, the little thing here. Yes, so is this a Temu just a Wish 2.0 selling KO? Temu is where I got this. TEMU. It's a company that I'm fairly new at. I didn't know this place existed until Chris at 1000th Ghost clued me in. And 2 Sundays ago at 4 went to EB's, my older sister gave me a bag of G1. Doesn't matter how, but I've gotten Optimus Prime for free. Yeah, nice. But so so Temu is the company, and I just decided to get one to see what they're like. And what shocked me when I received it was this down here. You can see it says 1984 right there, 1984, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. So the date stamp. See, the thing is most KOs, most knockoffs, most KO stuff, they do change the date stamp to a modern date. Like if you buy a knockoff masterpiece, Transformers masterpiece, first off, instead of Takara Tomy, it'll say Takama Toki. Like they'll switch a letter in the Takara Tomy. It'll say Takomi Tara or something. You know what I mean? Instead of, you know what I mean? So they switch a letter where this didn't. It clearly says Hasbro. They did not switch a letter. And they left the date stamp exactly the same. So right now, if you found this in the wild, you would probably go, something's up because it's in such perfect shape. Like you shouldn't see it in this perfectly mint of a shape unless it's case fresh. You know what I mean? So that would be your first thing. You'd be like, why isn't this, banged up a little bit? It doesn't even look like it's been on the shelf, But you'd look at the date stamp and go, well, the date does say 1984. So you'd start thinking that it's got to be real if it says 1984, right? It's like, it's crazy. Like, how can they get away with that? They shouldn't be able to get away with that. They shouldn't be able to put 1984 on this. It should say 1984 / 2023 or something like that on it, you know? And anyone who knows more about this, if you want to join in, the thing's pinned at the top because I'd love to discuss this with people. There's the StreamYard link again. I'd love to discuss this with someone because I don't understand how Temu is getting away with this. Like they shouldn't be able to put the 1984 date on there. It should say 1984 / 2023 or something around those lines, 2020, whatever. Having it say the original date stamp is really, really suspicious. Like it shouldn't, that really shouldn't be allowed. Thanks, Rolando, for putting up everybody's link. Appreciate that. No rules in China. The left coast. How you doing, Rick? How you doing? But what I'm saying is even the Chinese knockoff masterpiece, like when you get a masterpiece, I have a knockoff masterpiece that I got from China. And it says like 1997 / 2020. You know what I'm saying? And instead of having it say Takara Tomy, it'll say Takomi Taka or something like that. So they switch a letter in the brand name. And that's the only thing they do. Otherwise the packaging looks identical. You know what I mean? So even the modern knockoffs of stuff that China does, they change a letter in the text or they change the date stamp. So this is the first knockoff I've run across where they didn't do any of those things. They haven't changed the date stamp. They haven't switched a letter around. You know what I mean? So it's kind of an interesting thing. But let's get it open and we'll take a look at the figure itself here.
It seems like you've got enough to do. You don't need to have people over the radar. You know?
And I suspect the interior is going to be completely different. Yeah. Yeah, this is not how the originals were packaged. Definitely not. Yeah, the originals were not done this way at all. So this is completely different. So that's one way you could tell, I guess. You would know the interior is completely different. And you can kind of see that through the window. So that's one thing you would know. But look at this. This is nearly identical to when you got it originally. This is crazy. This still feels like I'm back in 1984, though. This is kind of worth it just because it makes you feel like you're back in 1984. Hey, Tunnel, John's mom, Chris, Orlando Duffman, Cat, Dark Lord, Gerard. Dad's here too. I'd rather go for a date stamp change. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Bob. Yeah, the date stamp that's a big deal. Yeah. But this was around $40 off Temu. And I do have another Dinobot on the way. I will eventually get them all, but I'm waiting for sales. Like Temu is inexpensive to begin with, but then they also have sales and discount coupons on top of it. So I kind of been waiting for the sales and discount coupons to get the rest of them. And I also want to get Shockwave. I will get Shockwave eventually. So it looks identical to the original. This is unbelievable. This really is like going back to 1984. This is unbelievable. You feel like you're at Christmas of 1984. Yeah. Energy Sword, Rocket. Oh, it shows you where to put all the stickers. Collect and save. It's still got the little red thing, so we can put it on the card here and see what it. Ooh, look what it's doing. You can see its power. That's pretty cool. And then we have a sticker sheet. And we have the rub sticker. Let's see if the rub. I'm trying to warm it up to see if the rub sticker still works. It does work. You can see it coming in. It's starting to come in. Wow. You just have to heat it up. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, that's exactly like the original. And then we have the, I think these are stickers for the legs or whatever it is. I don't think I'll make you guys sit here and look at all the stickers as I put them on. I'll do that later, but I am going to display this if he looks nice enough. I do plan on putting him on display. Let's get the weapons. Oh, they feel exact. This is the same. Oh my goodness. This is the exact same plastic as the original. This is 100%. Wow. 100% the same as the originals. Absolutely. Oh, look at that spring. That thing works great. Wow. Wow, very nice. What are you doing?
Comcast is sending me a code to verify
Okay.
channel on the TV.
Okay.
So I don't know how to get into his phone.
Oh. Oh, wait.
Oh, I like it black. I just take it black.
There you go.
See if that's okay.
And there's
Oh.
Okay, and there's one for your brownie.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, this feels.
That's beautiful door.
Oh my goodness.
I love wood. Stuff out of wood.
That was the original fun house, the chairs and the table. They had that in the house, the furniture,
Really?
most of the furniture is,
I wish you guys could feel this. This is exactly.
and this chair. And that, piece of.
No doubt about it. This is exactly the original.
And this is mine. The bed in there is mine. The rest, the double bed came with mine.
This feels identical. The plastic, everything, 100%. There's no, like if I handed you this on the street, feeling it alone, just picking it up, you would have absolutely no doubt that this is original. This is a nightmare. We gotta where did they put the date stamp on this guy? Because we gotta see if this is we have to look at that date stamp and see if it's got to be right inside here, right? It's got to be in this line. Yeah, there it is. Okay.
Lions in Atlantic, that is so.
Oh my goodness.
Brownie?
I'll have just a half of one.
So I know this is going to be hard for you guys to see, but it has the Japanese writing in the first line, and the second line says Takara Company Limited, Japan. And then it has one copyright date of 1980, which is probably when the Diaclone version was made. And then it has a dash and it says 1984, which is when the American version was made. So, oh my goodness, this is. And then this side says Hasbro 1984. This is absolutely wrong. All right, so I'm going to say it right now. I will never ever buy another Transformer off of eBay because I can put this on eBay and sell it as the original, and no one would ever know the difference. I'm absolutely dead serious. There is no way to tell the difference between this and the original one from 1984, a vintage one. I'm telling you right now, you never buy another Transformer off of eBay or Mercari. That's it. The secondary market is gone. There's no reason to have a secondary market now. It's over. They've completely destroyed the Transformer secondary market. It's done. Wow. What's up, collecting? How you doing? Good to see you. Steve-O. Wow. Greatest Jeopardy announcer of all time. Rum's not here to see this, is it? I wonder if the Dinobots that combine and form Volcanus are the same size as G1. I have the Dinobots that form Volcanus. I could check when I get home. Well, I can't really get to them, so I can't check when I get home. But I can check at some point. You know it, baby. I wish Toys with K would scratch and sniff stickers. I do, though, Rolando. I do think that the ones that form Volcanus are actually a tiny bit bigger. I feel like the Grimlock was a little wider and a little bit taller. So there are some differences with them. Let me see here.
Now, as far as scrapping in Florida,
This opens up, doesn't it? Yeah, this opens up.
Well, we have that back and stuffing, and I've got it in mine, and then you put the cloth underneath like a sheet or something.
yeah.
And then
And then you do sewing.
Because when I did mine,
did this come up? Yeah, this came up. That's how it worked.
Well,
So when I made mine, I made like two really cotton.
I don't use one I just use.
And then we slide this. I think this slides forward.
We wanted to add this one thing. What's the problem? I think
I thought the head slid forward, but I'll double check. I guess I could double check the instructions, right? But what's up, G-Force? I want the Masterpiece Lamborghini Countach. I have the Masterpiece. I have Masterpiece sides. No, the red one. The red one. Is he sideswipe? Yeah, sideswipe's the red one. I have the red one, but I don't have Sunstreaker yet. I should get Sunstreaker because I got him. Looks good. Looks good. Don't forget to mush that like button. Thank you. Prepping for surgery, cat. Oh no. Hey Lando, yeah, they moved it up, so I gotta be there 5:30. These have been available. There's no copyright laws in Japan. Still wake up at 5 a.m. I need a call. I have at least 5, so but I don't know. What I'm trying to say, Rick, is the ones that I bought 3 or 4 years ago from China, they did have a different date stamp, is what I'm trying to say. I've got some at home. When I get to my house, I can show you the difference. The ones that I have at home have a date stamp of like 2010 or something like that. Whenever, you know what I mean? And on the packaging they switched a letter. Like it wouldn't say Grimlock. It would say like Grillmock instead. It would say Grillmock instead of Grimlock. You know, they would switch the L and the M. Or it would, instead of saying Dinobot, it would say like Dinobit or something like that. You know what I mean? I'll show you. They changed the letters. They always do something to distinguish them from the original. This is the first time I've had one that's non-distinguishable. Action Pop Dad, evening. Promise I won't shout out the answers. I didn't know that was going on until afterwards, Action Pop Dad. I'm sorry. I hope you didn't get offended or anything was negative, taken negative about that. But some guys get overzealous, I think, when it's all in good fun. It's supposed to just be good fun. So I hope that no bad blood there. But yeah, let's see here. The head, didn't that head slide forward? Lower body. No, I guess it doesn't. It never shows it sliding forward. It actually shows it back there in the robot version too, doesn't it? Yeah, look, it's way back there in the robot version. So I think you don't slide it forward. Huh. I always thought this somehow slid forward, but I guess it doesn't. I guess it just stays like that. I remember, didn't these open up or something like? But this is pretty cool though. I'm like really happy with this. Like now I can't wait to get the rest of the Dinobots. I'm very excited with this. I don't hold nothing. He said, Mackie, take her to your laugh about. Okay, good. What's up? How you doing, eh? Mark's I do. They're all Paul called yesterday. Dave Stritzel called 2 days ago. Steve Hutt and Nofrio called today. Mark's pretty much out of it. He can't really respond, but he can hear everybody, and we see him smiling, so we know that he's listening and he can hear everything that's going on. He's just hard for him to respond. It's all laughing. Brian's stream. All right. Yeah. It's great that you can joke about it and don't take it serious. Yeah. What's up? So let's see how these weapons fit in here.
So I got home and it was around here. So I took extra medicine. Then when I went to sleep, this isn't the nervous system go down. That's what it's for. While I'm sleeping. So, and that's what happened to Helen the day she passed away.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, because you can't control that when you're asleep. You
you
can't
are
take it.
sleeping already, and you go in. You're not gonna know.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to put it on this
You don't
hand?
have any kind of automatic pump or anything that can read it.
Wake you up.
I have the readers.
And then
You have to be awake.
we got the sword.
No, I don't need to talk to you. It's just a lot easier to read.
Cool.
You know,
And then how do we put the
No, my friend, I remember she had.
missile launcher? Does that go on his?
Well, my mother went into a dive.
Does this go on his shoulder somehow, or I don't remember how this worked. Was this like a shoulder? This couldn't go on his shoulder. There's nowhere to put. I thought it would be a shoulder cannon like that, but it doesn't seem to
We saw her, Labor
clip
Day,
into anything.
which was a Monday. Danny and I, and then we came home, and then Friday I get a call from Connie that Ellen was dead, my mother. And, they didn't check on her until Friday. Nobody's,
I guess it's just an extra weapon to put in his hand. I don't know. We can do that. We can leave it there. That'll look all right, right? But this is really cool. I'm very impressed with this. And so what do I have? I have the Dinobot sludge, the Brontosaurus. So what it was when I got this guy, these are normally like $60 some or something, I think, even on TEMU. So when I got this guy, he was on sale, so I bought him. And then this week, Sludge was down to $38, so I bought Sludge. But they also have the Snarl, the Stegosaurus. They have Slag, which is the Triceratops, and they have Swoop, which is the bird. And those guys are still all around like $60, so I didn't get them yet. But when they cycle through which ones go on sale, and so you can get them eventually for a cheap price, and that's what I'm going to do. And right now, Soundwave is $70, but again, I'm going to wait until, of course, each time you make a purchase, you do save up some store credit. I think right now I have $7 worth of store credit. So every time you buy something and get another thing, you get some more and more store credit. And you can play games on their app and earn more store credit by playing games and doing stuff. So it's kind of like when I get enough store credit to make the next one $30, I'll buy them. You know what I mean? So it's like you keep sort of working your way, playing games and doing other weird things to work your way to have enough store credit to where one of these are $30, and then just buy it out, or at the price that you're comfortable with. If you don't mind paying $60, buy them all at once. You know what I mean? But I'm definitely going to end up getting all the Dinobots and Soundwave because they're way cheaper than if you buy a vintage one off of eBay or somewhere. I mean, of course, if you can find one locally somewhere and get a deal at a thrift store or find it at a garage sale or something, I'd rather have the original. But if you try to buy an original Soundwave or a Shockwave, that's $200 to $300, and you're not even getting the box. So this is a much better way to get. Essentially, you are getting the original one. I mean, this has to be the same. Has to be the same exact mold. This part's metal, just like the original was metal. I mean, this absolutely has to be the exact same mold, the exact same process as the original. Well, that missile's gone. I don't know where it went. A missile just flew off to the right. It's, I don't know where it went. I don't see it at all. I don't see it there. I didn't hear it go on the floor. It probably, it landed in the plant. I was going to say it probably landed in the plant over here. And sure enough, there it is. It's in the plant. Found it. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm a little blown away by this. I really am. This is amazing. What's even more amazing is I remembered how to transform it, from all those days ago. A friend bought a complete vintage one, bought from the States, customs in the UK, opened it, and threw away the inner blister and broke the toy. What the hell? John, I think Tunnel wants to hear you sing the Never Ending Story song again. Ha! Yeah, right. My son says that Dinobot's very cool. Thank you. Love reissue stuff. It's made collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles so accessible. I appreciate that some are not keen, but a carded new Motu on the shelf brings a lot of happiness. Sheba will find it for you. Hey, Jen, how you doing? Yeah. Sheba's the cat. We have Sheba the cat running around here. Yeah. So, Mark, we got Jennifer and we got Adrian on the line. Geek Strong's here. Action Pop Dad. Rolando. He can hear us, but he's just off the other room right there, laying down. Vader's Girl, Rolando. We got Left Coast, Gerard, G-Force, Duffman, Thousandth Ghost. Everyone's here. Let's transform him back. Let's play with him in dinosaur mode. So this pulls down and pulls out here.
So you live there when you decided to move down here?
Yeah.
And then these close up over the top.
Well, you decided to move down here to play. So you're gonna.
Oh, right,
You were hired early.
She died on the second or third of October.
This is why kids broke them. Because sometimes the pieces won't move. You're like, move, dang it, move.
Danny and I packed the truck and we were down here the first of November. Yeah, that's where she was, that's the one that hit the, light pole on her son. Yeah.
No, she knows that.
She
She's
had
seen
it
you
on
in
the
action.
car when I was driving her home.
Wow, this is like this is totally why kids broke them. Because you can't get this thing to, you're like, why isn't it closing?
That's what it said. It sounded really familiar.
Yeah, because you told me about it,
Scenario.
and then I left with her and took her someplace, we went someplace, I don't remember where we went.
One time we went to the post.
And then when I was
And then it's a
driving
line.
back, and then I drove, whatever, I was driving you home,
It wasn't election, I think it was the post.
Oh, I think so. Because by the time I got to your house, you were out, you were back.
You know, it's
But
not so different level.
Wow, I don't get this. Why isn't it? This will not. There it goes. Holy cow, that was tough.
Well,
Yeah, she didn't do that.
But they cut the whole turkey. Oh,
There we go. Wow.
I had a
Then we have to make these go long. Put those out.
It's too many. It's all the same now, right?
Me, Grimlock.
I've got my money stashed in that envelope, just wait. Just wait.
Me,
Get old.
me, Grimlock. Meet the boy no fun. Why boy hit my nose?
Yeah, because it's where the nuclear, it's past the nuclear plant.
Okay.
I don't know, I have the address,
Amazing. Wow.
but it's past the nuclear, either before, I think it's after.
After the power plant, I know where you like a bike.
Yeah, that's absolutely just like the original.
I have to look.
Crazy.
So nice.
I gotta get some more of these.
When I first saw them.
Gotta bounce. See ya.
They were on the north side of 818,
Don't meet fist like Adrian.
and it was between the nation and the bridge.
I never broke my toys.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's where they were the first time, and they
Rawr.
they brought the horses to.
How many fights did you and Tunnel get into over your toys?
So,
Uh,
I guess, because that's the address they're giving me, is the one.
I don't know if I would say we got into
Their ranch or where
a number of fights over things. I mean, we kind of had different stuff, but and we kind of mixed all our stuff together. But I'm sure there were fights over like. I know we fought over the Atari. I'll tell you that much, because when we got that first Atari 2600, I wanted to play it and he wanted to play it at the same time. So we would fight over who got to play, because back then there wasn't a lot of two-player games. Hey Gap, how you doing? So we had a lot of fights over that. I know that. Yeah, I remember that. We had fights over the
Sandy, you know, Tana.
Geez, there was nobody here. Now we got like 1,000 people coming over.
Good to see you.
I don't know if you can hear people in the background or not, but there's
Yeah, he started, yeah, right.
a bunch of people coming over now. What are we? That's not number 9. I was looking for number 9. We got stickers. 10, 15, 12, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9 are these. Okay. So I was thinking of putting some stickers on. I don't know.
These two ladies are with you.
Okay, they're up here.
And of course,
Yeah, they're
Sandy,
going there
I've
and
known
there.
since 1988.
No one wants to come on and chat, huh? No one wants to come on and chat, huh? You're welcome to pop on real quick.
I used to go to bingo, but I don't do that.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. I mean, we're not really.
Yeah. I used to do sell pizza, make and sell pizza.
Letting Mark rest, and like I said, he can hear us talking, so that's kind of what we're doing around here, is just letting him listen and keep talking. Different people call or say hello, and and I thought I'd distract myself with a toy for a little bit. So we got those stickers on there. And then let's see, what else does it say? It says we need to look for 17 and 18, stickers 17 and 18. These ones. Okay. And they go, where do they go? Oh, they go down in this little area here. They go down here. There they go. That goes there. And we have another one here. Is this sacrilege to put the stickers on? I mean, like, back in the day, would you put the stickers on or would you leave the stickers off? Like, were you like it'll be worth more if we don't mess up the sticker sheet. If you leave the sticker sheet intact, it'll be worth more. But the toy looks better with stickers on. He already looks better, doesn't he? Look how cool that is with that on there. See, he looks better with the stickers on. And then we have 7 and 8 go on the top of this. Okay. 7, 8 go on the top of this.
Yeah, we were thinking of that first, and then we realized it was expensive.
Cool. Got that one up there. I'm sad I don't remember Dinobots. What's up, Cap?
Not much. What's going on with you guys?
Well, we're just hanging around trying to keep Mark comfortable, you know?
Yeah. I'm just, oh gosh. This, what are you building?
Well, this is the Dinobot Grimlock from 1984.
Oh, okay.
It's technically a knockoff from China, yeah. But it's amazing to me how much like the original it is, you know?
Yeah, it really does. I couldn't deal with that. It's got too many little pieces.
Yeah.
It's like the Bandai Star Wars minion. You know, when I bought one, I thought, oh, these things are going to be big. No, it was just a little 2 or 3 inch, what do you call it? The one that has the 4 legs that walks. My brain, I just woke up.
The AT-AT?
Yeah. And it's got, you know,
yeah.
yeah. And I thought, well, you know, gosh. And then I tried to put it together and I'm like, dang, these little pieces.
Yeah, I remember I grabbed one of the model kits as well. I think it was a Bandai, just like what you're talking about. And I did the same thing. I opened the box and I just like shut it back up and went back to the store and said, I said, I didn't touch it. I seriously just looked at it and said, I don't think I'm going to be able to build it.
Well, it was too late because a couple of the little pieces had come off, and I was like, man, I can't take it back. But, you know, and then I use it for like a scene on the Hoth planet where it got where one of the legs got exploded because it won't stay on. So I use it for, where it got hit. I'm like, oh God, we got hit. We're going down.
Yeah, they were really nice and they took it back because they saw that I didn't really build it, so.
Yeah, I think about you all the time. I go into Walmart. My mom is like, what is it with the Lego section? It's all pretty. I said, oh, that's Super John. And who's Super John? And I was just like, I let her watch one of your videos, and she's like, he sure likes the hey hey thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's his signature. Hey hey.
Everyone's got to have like a little catchphrase, right?
Yeah, but it's y'all got Walmart locked up. I mean, it was almost a full aisle of Legos, and I always think of a rep like you comes in and makes that one look the most perfect, because my mom's like, put it back. It looks so perfect. Your friend John did it. I said, no, he's not in this state. But, but, it looks perfect. And the other toys on the other side from the other companies, they don't look so hot. It's all messed up, but the other side with the Legos is all pretty looking.
Well, it's good to know someone's doing their job up there. Yeah.
Yeah, because my mom was like, we met a friend of ours. She's a Nabisco rep, and
Okay.
she just became one. And I said, that's like what John does. They come in and they straighten up. They talk to the toy people, or she talks to them a bit. The cracker chips, whatever,
Department.
Nabisco,
Yeah.
department, and occasionally they put stuff out, and they're making sure their product is positioned correctly, and and they make it look pretty and nice, and take pictures and talk to the reps and talk to the manager and
Yeah.
stuff like that. She said, oh, that sounds like a cool job. And I was like, I think he loves it.
Oh, I do. Yeah. It's a lot of fun, it's just, and when you get to build the stuff, it's like you're building Lego for getting paid,
Yeah, exactly. And I trying to decide my first Lego set, because y'all got me interested in that, and I'm not sure which. I was like, maybe should I start off on training wheels, and then I looked at the ones in the store, and I'm like, well, okay, 74 pieces might be not considered training wheels. So I was
Get the
like,
one with
maybe I
12.
should.
Get the one with 12 parts, yeah.
Yeah, 12 pieces, knowing my luck, I'll be like rum and be like, well, just I don't know how to put this together, even though there's instructions in the bag.
Hey, Captain Spaulding.
Hey, Captain Spaulding. But yeah, I mean, oh my gosh. And I keep on saying I'm going to start on my, unboxing all my stuff, because I've got a pretty decent sized bedroom full of boxes of toys.
We all
and,
do now, man. We all do.
and I was like, my mom was like, when you bought this house, you sure didn't think about your toys. And I said, no, I sure did. And I said, well, maybe you should move out of the master bedroom, and I can use that area. But I keep on putting it off, and it's just piling up, and it looks like a storage unit. I mean, I do have a path where I can sit down, and my mom catches me sometimes, and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, just staring. She said, well, it isn't going to unpack itself. And I said, I know that.
We were actually almost just talking about that, because the TV room here that we used to use with Mark, no one's going to be using it now. So she's like, you could move some of your stuff up here. And at first I was like, well, I don't really want to split the collection. You know what I mean? And she's like, well, you can redo that whole room the way you want. And I just started thinking, like, because they're going to get rid of the couch is really old. So I was like, I could buy one of those corner couches. We could set up the TV, and then, I could get. I think Dino Geekstrong brought it up earlier today. He called and he said, "Why not move some of the modern stuff up, and keep the vintage at my place?"
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and I got to think about it as the day went on, and my mom was talking about it. I'm like, maybe that's a good idea. I could bring up some of the modern Transformers, maybe the modern Marvel figures and stuff, and then put them around here in that room, because she said I can do whatever I want with that toy room, or with that TV room, because she doesn't really use it. She has one in the living room here that she uses her TV. So it would just be kind of like another one of my rooms, but up here, and I'm going to inherit the house.
Yeah,
I'm going to inherit the house when she passes. So it's not like it's going anywhere. You know what I mean?
That's true. And when you visit, maybe you could have an away team studio. You know.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you're right. There you go. So
Yeah,
yeah,
an
it
away
might
team.
not be it might not be a bad idea. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and plus made I might, my mom's like, you spend too much on toys, She said he's always sees that damn smile, the Amazon, or see what in the hell? She goes, what the hell is BBTS? And I was like, Big Bad Toy Store.
Oh yeah, big bad toy
So
store.
what's
Yeah.
that? Yeah, and you know what I'm having the hardest time finding that's reasonably priced and actually is hard for me is those. I've got a bunch of Mego figures from the new, rebirth of Mego, which I think personally has slowed down. I almost don't
Yeah.
see them too much anymore. So I wonder, like, okay, is this, are they going back down again? But those plastic protectors, do you put plastic protectors on any of your figures that you do not want to open?
Yeah. Well, I've got the plastic clamshell protectors on all my vintage Star Wars carded figures, but I actually did just order 50 more Figure Shield protector cases because Figure Shield just had a sale for 20% off.
Oh man, I missed that because I'm having a hard time finding the ones that fit Mego. I kind of went crazy when they came out, and I have all
Yeah.
of the Planet of the Apes, including the
Oh,
I don't
those are good.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then Tops, before Tops became Fanatic or whatever it is now. I supposedly they were exclusive, but then of course 6 months later they were for sale. And here I think, here I'm getting what I thought was exclusives, and then they release them 6 months later, and I'm like, yeah, okay, here you go. And then I've got all of the Star Trek run, but I don't seem to be able to find the cases that can fit them. Would you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't remember. Does Figure Shield do the? Well, let's take a look here. Let's take a look. Well, shall we?
Okay, well, I would appreciate it. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, and I'm not sure. I must become dyslexic when is it, how do you measure an action figure carded? Is it length, width, depth, or width, length, depth, or what's the other way?
They
You
do
know?
it. Let's take a look here. This is actually a good topic because is that going up? Okay, that's going up, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got it.
So I like Figure Shield because they're basically the exact size of the figure. So if you're doing, say, like this is Star Wars Black Series on a card back, like the 40th edition ones, and the clamshell is basically the width of the bubble. So you don't have a lot of excess like on a star case. You've got like star cases are like 6 inches deep for some reason.
Yeah, and they're expensive too.
Yeah. And then they've got some for Marvel Legends here. And then but I ordered these 6x9s which fit the vintage Star Wars. And they still fit a Gamorrean guard just fine. And
Wow.
and they'll fit all the vintage collection figures, the modern TVC. They'll fit the standard GI Joe from the back in the day, the modern GI Joes that are on these card backs. Most of the vintage style figures and the vintage ones we had as we were kids were this 6x9 size. And
Yeah.
they fit very, very well. And then we've got like the modern Marvel ones with the card back. So this will fit X-Men. It will fit Black Series and Clone Wars. So there's some variety in there and what they'll fit. I think the main thing is to look at the case. They'll give you the dimensions. Like if you hit learn more here, I think they give you the dimensions here. So
Do
the
they?
overall dimensions are 9.3 inches wide, 13.25 inches high, and 2.5 inches deep. And then they say the inner dimensions 8.25 by 11 by 2.5 deep. So you can kind of like then measure your figure and go, oh, mine will fit in that case, But
So it's width, length, depth.
in depth, yeah.
Okay, okay. I
And
was
then,
going
but I'm
just
but I'm pretty
stupid.
sure, like they also have the square boxes, so these don't hang. They'll just fit around your Black Series box, and they have two different sizes depending on if it's a deluxe Black Series or a regular.
Yeah, yeah.
There's-
I really like you showing this because I've never heard of Figure Shield
yeah,
before.
yeah, and like these fit that the boxes with an angle, so they've got the angled packaging. So and then stuff that fits better for GI Joe. But I'm pretty sure I saw like Masters of the Universe and Mego and stuff here. I don't know where is it Shop Figure Shield? Let's see. One of these links I think you can get to other versions. Or maybe you can there's the Masters of the Universe ones. So they'll fit your
Okay,
origins and
yeah.
original masters. And then but I'm pretty sure I saw like Mego ones, or maybe I saw someone using them for Mego. Like they got one of the Black Series ones and it worked for Mego or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And then like I know this will be real hard, but I don't know if you know about the Stargate action figures.
Yeah,
They've got
yeah,
those bubbles stick out really far, and the cards,
yeah,
is almost 12 inches tall.
yeah. It's an odd shape. Yeah,
Um,
I've got some
yeah,
weird
and
ones.
so I've tried my.
I've got some weird ones that are like in the late '90s and early 2000s. The GI Joes went to a card back that's like 18 inches tall for some reason. So I'm like, I've
Yeah,
been I've
yeah,
been struggling with those. I'm like, where did like the Star Brigade ones and Battle Corps or something ones? And you're like, what? Well, there's no shield for those. I need to get a, you know. But you can
yeah,
see that like you've got these different packs. So there's like uh one pack is like $12.50. This pack's $8. This pack's $36. This pack's $70. So you kind of can go and get like these 25 packs for 80, you know, and then
yeah,
I wait for a sale. I try to wait for a sale. Um, like I said, they just had a 20% off code. It was a code I got in an email. So get on their mailing list and they'll email you a code once in a while. So I used the code to get 20% off, and I think I bought 50 of them that fit these Star Wars
wow,
because I want.
yeah. Well, that's awesome. I appreciate it because, yeah, because that's one of the reasons I overpack. I don't overpack. I underpack my boxes because, and most of the time I keep the original shipping container with all the frivolous packing in it until I can, because I'd like to put them out and have them where you don't have to dust because I'm allergic to dusting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And then I've got some odd shaped things, but I know that would be expensive. And then like the recent thing I found off of Goodwill for $24, including shipping, it's the came from LA's Goodwill, was the 2003, I think, or 16 or something like that. Toys R Us X-Wing with the firing missiles on it. It was a Toys R Us
Oh
exclusive.
wow. Yeah.
Nothing, do you hear me? Nothing wrong with it. No nicks on the boxes. Completely sealed, factory sealed. Nothing wrong. I looked it up. it could go for 169 or more. And I was like, wow. And I think Vern uses Goodwill finds too. And I found a lot of like mint condition stuff off of the Goodwill finds on the internet. And I was like, wow.
That's a good find. Yeah.
Those,
I recently got the
yeah.
I had a good find like that too. I recently got the Tie Interceptor that was a Toys R Us exclusive in a similar way, and it I mean those things are selling for $200 or $300, and I got it with a whole bunch of other stuff for 150. And all the others, and then
Wow.
there was a packaged GI Joe figure Falcon from like 1987, and he sells for like $300 or $400 also. So it was like, you know what I mean? I made out really good with that deal.
Yeah, and I need to one day do a video and or have somebody help me go through. I've got the Star Wars Darth Vader case and C-3PO case full of figures, and then I've got a bunch of them. I guess they were mail-aways because they're packaged and it says Hong Kong on them.
Yeah.
And I like the Boba Fett was Hong Kong and some other figures, and then for some reason I have two plastic Jawas, one with a plastic cape and one with the cloth cape, and everybody's like, ooh, and I was like, I don't know if that's worth anything. And
Yeah, if you have one with a vinyl cape, keep it, because if it's legit, it could be worth $3,000 or $4,000, dude. Those are
well,
expensive.
yeah, it is most likely legit because my dad got me all those figures when they came out. I think he was more excited about Star Wars action figures than I was,
So you've had it since you were a kid, then?
yes, it's one of
Yeah.
the few things that Darth Vader case was one, and the C-3PO is one of the few things, and the Tauntaun and the one that walks on 2 feet. My brain today.
The
That
ATST?
yeah, I have those in the original boxes. Those are the only things for some reason I really kept on where, as the years rolled by and as many times as I have moved, I've kept all of that stuff. And I'm glad I did because it brings back a lot of memories and stuff. And then yesterday I got Max Steel, a Max Steel bionic arm, and his eye lights up and his bionic arm lights up, and he comes with
Dude,
a backpack.
That is freaking awesome. Yeah, Max Steel was great. That's cool.
Yeah, because I was watching another channel and the dude makes custom GI Joe figures and he flocks their hair himself, and he likes the Max Steel bodies.
Yeah.
And I went and looked and I was like, oh my gosh, that's too expensive. But on Etsy, I found one for $18 complete, and with his backpack and his accessories and his thing that you put over his bionic eye that lights up, and I was so happy that the batteries didn't corrode in it. When because I thought, my mom heard me. I was like, I'm gonna have to undress Max Steel, and she's like, what are you doing? And I said, it's I said, it's an action figure I got yesterday. She said, oh, okay. I said, well, good thing I don't have to pull those clothes all the way off. I had the Velcro back, and I could I could unscrew the screw, and I was so excited it was a regular screw. You could use a regular screwdriver, because I don't like the little itty bitty screws because you lose them when you try to take out the batteries.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so I was like,
you drop it and it disappears in the carpet. You're like, where the hell did that go?
yeah, exactly. Just like, I don't know if Dino remembered, he dropped one of those Wolverine arms when he blew them off. I don't know if he found it and put it back in the bag. I was like, oh my gosh. But I'd like to eventually, I don't know, I keep on saying that only once in my life I had my whole collection out, and but it's just so much stuff, you get overwhelmed looking at it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, I got so much stuff. And
Look at this. Look at this, Gap. So you've dropped a bombshell on Geek Strong. Speaking of, he's like, hold on a minute. Gap has a plastic cape Jawa. like,
yes, I do. And guess what he's wrapped in? He's wrapped in remember the old fashioned baggies that you had to flip under for your sandwich your mom used to make?
yeah.
He's wrapped up in that, in the Darth Vader case, and he's just sitting in there.
Well, just leave him there. He's, he survived all these years that way. Just leave him there, and someday you'll retire on the Jawa alone.
Yeah, it's funny, sometimes I think about, oh my gosh, I've kept up with these figures since they came out. So that's what, 46 years ago or something like that. That
Yeah.
I've kept up with the figures, and sometimes I'm just amazed. And then, and then I look. Oh, I got the Ice Hoth Ice battle set.
Yeah.
In the original box, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I kept up
you
with
still
that.
got him in the box? Jeez, man.
Yeah. Some people wanted me to be on tomorrow's on the Pops channel. They wanted me to be on the 25th anniversary, not the 25th but the original Star Wars Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I had to send him a picture of my room. He's I said, that is my health issues. I said, I really can't. I don't have time to go through all the boxes. I don't remember where it is. I know it's in there because I've got a photo catalog of everything I got. And he was like, damn, and it's just amazing. I'd like to go back and relive stuff, and I'm like you, because it was, I don't stream like you guys, but I like so many different IPs, you know what I mean? Like, I like the original Battlestar Galactica. I've got Commander Adama on the card. I've got the Ovion leader on the card, Imperious leader on the card. I need the Imperious leader, and no, I need the robot one. What's his name? Oh God,
like the Cylon.
Yeah, the one with the head, Lucifer. I need Lucifer.
Oh, that one. Yeah. I just got him a little while ago.
Really? I'd like to see that. And the Bore, I'm missing the Bore.
I need him. I need Bore, and I need the guy in the black suit there. The doctor guy that betrayed them all. What's his name there?
Boltar.
Yeah. Yep. I need
Geek
him.
Strong. Yeah.
Well,
Geeks. Oh, go ahead.
He says, what does he say here? He says, Gap, your vinyl cape Jawa would look amazing and safe in my Star Wars display case.
Yeah, I bet it would.
He wants to steal your Jawa.
Can do a short. I can do a short so you can just look at it. Oh my gosh. And guess what I was looking for to make a short today? I was looking for the ET finger.
Oh no, were you? Do you think you have one?
I was. Well, I'm not sure, but I was looking for it. And so then I was watching videos of other people who did some funny reviews of the ET finger. And I'm like, no, in my luck, they were like years and years ago. I said, no, in my luck, somebody's going to think something inappropriate today. So if it's in there, it'll just have to stay the way it is. But one guy was like, why did they have to make it flesh colored?
Yeah.
His finger's brown. His finger's brown. I was like,
someone was not thinking when they made that toy. They just were not thinking.
Yeah, and a lot of things I get ideas from you. I love your stuff, and I love the streaming and what Dino does, and Salacious, and everybody in that group. I love everything, but y'all are enablers whether you know it or not. Because I was like, damn, John's got one, and Dino. I was like, I think I might look to have me one.
Oh,
I
and
gotta have it
it
in my
happens to
collection.
us too, because believe me, sometimes Dino picks up something or rum or Chris Thousandth Ghost, and I'm going, I want that too, damn it. I start looking for it. I'm like, I keep my eye out. Oh, geez. What's the
But you
story?
catalog your whole thing.
I
With
don't
the ET
really
finger,
have
I thought.
I don't really have a full catalog, but I do kind of know what I have. I kind of know what I don't have, I guess you could say, because with certain lines, I have some stuff written down in a database that's like, this is what I'm kind of looking for. So if I'm at
Yeah.
a show or something, I kind of can. So I don't want to duplicate what I already got. You know what I mean? So,
Jonathan, I think you should Google that for ET toy finger video, and
I'm looking up an image.
look.
I'm looking up an image of it now. I'll bring it up on the screen here so that he can see this thing.
Somebody
See,
took
let's
it out of
find
the package on YouTube, John. Somebody took it out of the package and was waving it around and said, "This is so wrong." It was crazy.
All right, I'll share this now. Here we go. This is terrible. It's
Oh my gosh.
it's so wrong. So Jonathan, it's over here. Yeah, here it is. So you can see what it is, and then someone took it out of the box up here. Hold on, there's one where it's out of the packaging that was really scary. Where is it? Here it is. Look at that thing. Like, it's just it's so wrong.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. And are you gonna order I haven't done it yet, the Wonder Woman invisible jet?
I gotta see it first. I really do want to see it first because I'm definitely very interested in getting one. I think it's a cool idea, but I gotta say I was disappointed with the Now is that the one that Spin Master's doing, or is this McFarlane gonna pop one out? Because quite frankly, I think I was a little disappointed with both.
I think it's the McFarlane one. Let me see if I can find
You got it. All right, Adrian. We'll see you later. What's up? Collecting with Cool. McFarlane, yeah. Because I'll tell you, so the McFarlane 1989 Batmobile disappointed me in that when I hear people pick it up, it doesn't sound solid to me. It sounds like it's a hollow shell, like it's just totally empty. It's a big hollow shell. So it kind of reminds me of like a hollow chocolate bunny, Easter bunny, where once you bite into it, it was just a shell. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
I didn't like that the cockpit is like a light gray color and the rest of the vehicle is dark black. And yeah, I know a lot of people out there are like, well, just paint it. But then if you paint it, it's no longer original. So
Yep.
it's not how it came originally from the factory. So it's kind of like, ugh. So that disappointed me. And then the Spin Master Batmobile is too small. The 1989 Spin Master Batmobile, compared to the Batmobile from The Batman that we got a couple years ago, and it's like half the size. And that those two should be about the same size, if not the 89 should be larger. So they really missed the boat on that one on Spin Master. And the Spin Master Hawk jet was really cheesy. Like I got one, but I'm going to get rid of it. I don't want it. So it's pretty bad, I think. I mean, it's okay for what it is and for the price. I'm not going to knock it as a toy, I guess, but I just wish it had a little bit more to it, you know. And I looked at the Batwing, both the large Batwing and the small Batwing that Spin Master has out. And again, both of them are just cheesy. They're hollow. They're not. The quality just isn't there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
They do their action figures beautifully. Like I have a few of the Spin Master Batman and Joker figures and stuff, Batman and Robin open, and they're the action figures are great. But the ones for this movie line are not good. So it's just like they're kind of a hit and miss company. Spin Master is. They're not 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Because I did get the Spin Master 12-inch Batman, and he's heavy, the Michael Keaton one,
Yeah.
and he was only $10.86, I think, and he's really heavy. But I didn't open it because it has first edition on it. But and then I wasn't happy with the McFarlane Batman Unmasked because he looked. I don't
Yeah.
know how to say it. He looked. I don't know. He looked bad. I mean, he looked like what kind of paint job with the with bleeding over his face, and it didn't really look like him. And I'm thinking, geez, you could have tried a little bit harder on it. And
Yeah.
I do like the Michael Keaton 12-inch statue one. But then I thought, you know what? Why didn't they put a nice flowy cape on him instead of a plastic, that rubbery plastic version? I was like, why didn't they put a nice cape on him, like with the Hush Batman 2-pack, or the Hush Batman one? I think he's got a real cape and it flows way long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and I was like, wow. And uh, just like the superpowers Superman and Batman, I found out people took them apart and they tagged the cape to the back of the packaging, which made a hole in it. And I was like, well, geez, that just ruins that too.
Huh.
Like when you tag clothes. Let's see, Gap. I'm getting both
Yes.
superpower vehicles, Invincible
Yes.
Jet, super,
Absolutely. You're right. Yeah. They put, what was it? They put that,
like you're tagging clothes for a price
yeah,
tag.
and it made a hole. It made a hole in the cape. Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yes. Yes.
So I didn't get the Superman because that I had already bought the Batman, and then I found out later after people did toy reviews they had that uh you know tag in it that'd make a hole, and I was like, and now I kind of wish I had gotten the Superman and not opened him, but it's like, and I don't know. Just the state of toys today, you know, it's almost like they're just cranking them out, like streaming services are cranking out TV shows. You know what I mean?
It could be hit and miss. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've got to find because my Walmart, it's funny. My Walmart doesn't have that much toys, really. And then I go to another Walmart and all they have is like Target, rows and rows and rows and rows of toys. And I'm like, why is that? Can't they? Certainly they would sell more toys, right?
You think if they actually had them in stock, they would sell more? Yeah. Yeah.
Because the Star Wars is very slim, like 3 rows of pegs to go up and down to the shelves on the bottom, and that's it. And they got tons of McFarlane stuff, but stuff that isn't selling or you don't want because it's a bad paint job. And even the Jurassic Park is a very small section. Your section, the Lego, it takes up almost an entire aisle up top to bottom. It's full, and it's the nicest section in the toys. And
Yeah.
yeah, so
Well, I've often wondered if some of that is because there's only one item per case when they do Lego. So you'll get like 4 of the same set. It's not an assortment, you know what I mean?
oh, okay.
Where I think a lot of times with Hasbro and Mattel and stuff, it's like it'll be an assortment where you get one of each figure. So they only order one case, and then when someone buys them, they're gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I was wondering lately, some of the card backs, it's like, did the box get crushed, or did the employees don't care and they still? How can you put a crushed card back bent over on the top on the damn shelf? I mean, what are you doing? you know?
It's for the people who don't care and want to just open it. You know?
Yeah, I've only opened one Stargate figure because I had extra, and one Battlestar Galactica figure from the new show, so to speak. I have an issue about opening them. You know what I mean? Everybody's like, let them breathe. I'm like, no, they can suffocate in the package. They're fine.
Wait, Andy, what do you got? Did you find a Yoda thing, Andy? Andy is at Holo Chronicles. You know him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He helped me out with the Dagobah playset because I didn't have that at the time. So yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to have more Star Wars stuff, but sometimes I can't justify the shipping is almost as much as what you pay for the thing.
Oh yeah.
And I heard about pirate ship, but um, and then I heard some rumblings about Big Bad Toy Store. Are they in trouble?
Oh, I
Or
hope not. I like them.
something about their the way they do their flat rate shipping. And I think somebody had said on another show, the possible that the pile of loot thing, that they don't really wipe it off. If people don't buy all of what's in their pile of loot, it sits there and they don't move it. And then, what if they got to put it back out? Because they were looking at the expensive statues and wondering why people would pay $6,000. They want to know, who are these people that would pay $6,000 for a statue, or 30 or 2,900 for Marty McFly, Doc, and the DeLorean. I think it was 2,900 or something. And that's how it started from there. And then they mentioned, that they had heard rumblings. I hope not either, because Eagle Moss, I was so upset that they went out of business.
Yeah, I really hope that they're okay and that there's no problems because I like their pile of loot system and I use it a lot. But at the same time, I could understand if that's starting to give them problems because it is kind of a system that theoretically shouldn't work if people abuse it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they were talking about, people from Germany would use the pile of loot, up until the end. So it would sit there almost 90 days, and they wait, so they would lose money for almost 90 days for it just sitting warming on the shelf until they ship it. But then I thought, well, because they don't charge for pre-orders right off the bat. So you can't use that capital to roll it back in the business. Once you put it in your pile of loot, doesn't mean you have, it means you're committed to buy it, right?
Well, yeah, once it goes in the pile of loot, even if you cancel the order, you only get store credit.
Oh,
They
okay.
don't give you your cash back. Yeah, you're right. So
So
They do got your money no matter what. But you just have to buy something else, you know.
Yeah. And I've been looking at I saw the Legend of the Lone Ranger movie. Have you seen that before? It was the only film the actor did.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I've seen
and
that.
yeah, I was like, saw a movie poster on somebody's feed, and I was like, ooh, I have to get that. And then that led to the rabbit hole of, ooh, let's look at the Lone Ranger action figures. And I'm like, wow, they're expensive without the packaging.
In good shape, yeah. You can
Yeah, and
find you can sometimes find some generic loose ones that are missing accessories for a decent price, but yeah, you want to get them in really good shape. They can be expensive, yeah.
yeah, so I've been trying to stay out of the new stuff, um, because it's getting too expensive, and then I get upset when I look at the old catalogs and I see the Star Wars figures, for $4 or $3.98. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
can we roll back time? you know. And plus they're made better. And then I wonder about the plastic formula. I'm gonna look that up because that was one of my things to do, is look up the plastic formula that toy makers use today and compare it to the formula they used in the past. And I'm trying to guesstimate how long the new figures are going before they start to discolor. Like I've got the 12-inch Buck Rogers figure, and his head, he almost looks like a dead zombie in his
Oh,
head.
it turns gray, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Yeah.
like, damn, he's been in a tub, without sunlight, but he still turns into a gray head.
Yeah, it doesn't matter sunlight or not. It's just the way that the plastic is. It just uh, degrades over time. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think there's what about the bubbles? I don't understand this. One of my Stargate figures had been in the tub since it was released by Diamond Selects, and it turned yellow, and it hadn't only seen the light of day for me touching it and going, ooh, this looks really cool. And I put it in a tub, and
Yeah.
I labeled it, and it still turned yellow orange.
Yeah, I don't. Again, I think it's just the plastic because I've had people swear to me that it's the sunlight, but I'm the same way. I had some that were in like a box stored for like 40 years, and I open up the box and now they're brown, and I'm like, this hasn't seen daylight in 40 years. How did it turn brown if the sun is what does it? You know. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm also convinced it's not the sunlight. It's just the quality of the plastic and certain eras like I don't know of a whole lot of like say Kenner Star Wars on a Star Wars card back. So like the first 12 or the first 20, say 23 or something, you know?
yeah,
Like I don't know a lot of them that have turned yellow. They're still clear. But you go to Return of the Jedi and like all the Gamorrean guards are brown. You know what I mean? Like so they changed the plastic through the years, and it could just be also with areas like certain areas of the country or something got, like if the Gamorrean guard was made in Mexico or something and brought up, it turned brown. But if it was made in the factory in Canada, it stayed clear. You know what I mean? Like you don't know like where they came from, but I think that certain ones have just turned color, and again, like a lot of tri logo will remain clear, but the tri logo cards, the bubble's really, really thin, so it's prone to wrinkling, like getting crushed easy.
yeah,
So
like those toy rack toys. Like I've got the Battlestar Galactica toy rack toys and some Buck Roger ones. That plastic
yeah,
is, like like your and you know, it's real super thin. You have to be careful with it. And then
yeah,
some of them, the card back, the plastic just separated from the card.
yeah.
Right up,
Even modern ones do that for me. Like I have a
defecting.
lot of Reaction Super 7 figures that the bubble's already fallen off the card. They just don't stick.
Oh my God. Dino's got Mego chips. You can send those
Yeah.
to my house, but I won't send you my Jawa.
I'm sure
I,
that's not a good trade. He would do that in an instant because he'd be like, okay.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, no, not that now that I know it's valuable, it's gonna stay where it is. But
Yeah. Just keep him where you had him, and just leave him in that case. He's been fine for the last 40 years. He'll be fine for another if you just keep him that same way.
yeah, and like I said earlier, I get amazed the fact that I've had them that long, and some of the stuff, like the original 12-inch Cylon in a box, I still have that.
Wow. Yeah.
And and I collect board games too, so I've got
me too. I love the old board games. Yeah.
yeah, and I found my original Star Wars board games and the Death Star one, the big one, and Star Trek, the motion picture, and Space 1999, the oversized boards,
Oh gosh. Wow. Nice.
And I was like, can't we go back to that kind of stuff? I mean, that would be, it would be fun.
See, I'll trade you all my vintage Mego for the Jawa, even my Planet of the Apes.
Okay, we'll add half of your room. We'll have half of your room, and then I have to go look at Boba Fett, but I think he's the one that fires.
No, he can't be, because that one. A lot of people think they remember kind of getting him, but he really never was sent to anyone's house. You really had to have known someone at Kenner to get that one. So.
Okay, so it must be the one wrapped in plastic from Hong Kong. But
you could have. He could still be the mail order one, just wrapped in the plastic with the box, But yeah,
I remember cutting out those circles to send in for figures, and like the breathing apparatus they used.
The accessory kit set.
Yeah, I still have some of those things in the original box that it was mailed in.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then I found a Star Wars catalog, and I went on eBay, and I'm like, damn, $50 just for this little toy catalog that was in the toy, But, and I use white gloves to touch my stuff.
Just like it's a treasure at the museum,
Yeah, because what I did recently is I didn't wear my gloves and I touched a board game. It's a new one. It was the Aliens board game from Ravensburger, but I put my fingerprints all over it because it had black on the outside. And so I returned it for a new one from Amazon and remembered to wear the glove.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
They're like, what's wrong with it? I said, the oil's on my fingers. Left my print on there. Can I have a new one, please?
Jeez.
Yeah, you ought to see me when I was collecting TV guides. My mom was like, is there something wrong with this boy? I used to go through all the TV guide racks to find the most perfect TV guide.
Yeah.
And
I did whenever they had Star Wars covers on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but
do you have all those ones they did for Phantom Menace? Do you remember all those different covers?
Yes, I have all of those. I got all the Star Trek ones. I got the $6 million man, the Bionic Woman.
Wow.
I mean, I used to be into that, and I used to wait as a kid for the Nielsen ratings to pick our house to fill out the booklet for. I'm not kidding. And my mom's like, looked it up, and she's like, no, that's gonna take, it's rare that we get it. Well, guess what? One day I got it. I got the Nielsen book to fill out.
Look, he's going desperate here. He's like, okay, Shogun Godzilla for he's trying to get anything you can trade for that job.
Okay, now it's 3/4 of your room I'll trade for. And
Andy had one at one point. He probably still has it, I think.
Yeah, and I don't care if you dress up as Supergirl or She-Hulk again or any of that. That still won't be enough.
Yeah, it's a grail piece for a lot of people, so it's definitely something you want to keep safe.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't know. I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's just something I've kept up with all these years, and I keep it close. For some reason, I keep it close to me all the time. Like when I'm in my bedroom and I'm laying down, I can grab it within arm's reach of the TV. That's how close it is.
if there's a fire, it's going with you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of how yeah, that is the impetus behind it, John. Because my mom was like, "What would you take if a fire broke out?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I don't know." And so I started piling up stuff near the
yeah, yeah.
bed. you know, I was like, well, if I had enough money, I'd rig something where you could throw things out the window, but if they hit each other, I'd create a force field where they'd land softly, and I'd just throw everything out my window.
I have a similar thing where it's like a lot of stuff is near a window, and I can just kind of like, okay, grab that box, throw it out the window. Grab that box, throw it out the window.
I would. I really would. I'd
Yeah,
get.
yeah,
I even got the cat carriers near me, and I'd probably throw a couple of toys in there with them too, and
yeah.
bring them out. But
The fireman shows up, and you're like, "Here, take this." You're passing him stuff out the window. He's like, "What are you doing? We're saving
yeah,
the collection."
yeah. Hold on, Mister or Miss Fire Person. Let's wait till the fire gets to my bedroom door. So keep on putting them out the
Yeah,
window.
keep passing stuff out through the window. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and um, I do wrap everything in case of water damage and
Yeah,
tubs and
yeah,
stuff. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, what do you spend money on?" I was like, because if they get ruined, some of these you can't get in this condition anymore. And then even if you tried to replace them, it'd be 2 to 3 times more than what you paid for it. And even
yeah.
though it's that much more valuable, and they're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "You're not a collector, so you're not a true collector." And my friend was like, "Oh, how dare you? I'm not going to talk to you for a while." And I was like, "Well, you're jealous because I've got so and so anyway, so that's fine." That was when we were teenagers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm not going to, at school. He's like, "I'm not talking to you anymore." While other kids are going out and playing and stuff, we're going to Kmart or Walmart looking for plastic cups and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
to put on the toys. How
One thing
much?
do you have something you wish you had that you don't anymore? Like I remember these things called stompers, and
Yes.
I wish I still had them, man. And they're so expensive nowadays and so hard to find in good shape.
Okay, let me tell you a story about that, and I may cry. The Space 1999 ship and walkie-talkies.
You had that?
I had that,
Wow.
but my brother, guilted or whatever, you want to play with me and the big boys, then you let us play with this ship and with M80s and stuff. Well, they blew up. They're like in the front yard with M80s, and they're lighting them on fire, and
Oh no.
you can hear them say, "Commander Koenig, the Eagle is going down," and then they blew.
No.
Yes. And then my walkie-talkies disappeared from my bedroom, and I'm like, Ma, my Space 1999 walkie-talkies in the box have disappeared. She's like, "Oh my God, your brother." She's like, "Your brother." So she goes in there and she finds them under the bed taken apart, and she confronts him, and he was like, "I just wanted to see how they worked." She's like, "Well, there's a damn encyclopedia." And we couldn't find them anymore after that. So it took until 3 years ago where I found them again. But I can't afford to get the ship back right yet. But, because it's going to be way more, because, it's rare to find a complete one at a decent price.
Yeah.
So that's one of my stories I wish I had. Oh my God, I wish I had. And he was like, toys are to be played with. You let them stay in their packaging and stuff. They keep on telling me they want to come out and play. I was like, oh my God, you ruined my ship.
All right, Gap. There you go. Are you ready? Are you ready, Gap?
Yes. Whoa.
Here, I'll show you another one here. Here's one that someone got one graded. So that's not graded. Here's one graded AFA 90 in a case.
What? Oh my God. Mine looks very pretty, which I consider a high grade. Oh my God, you're right. I could retire on something like that and a few other items. Holy crap. Oh,
If
Dino. No way in hell, Dino. You ain't getting my Jawa.
I ruined the trade by showing you that.
Yes, because I know mine is in beauty condition. Oh my God, John, I'm gonna freak.
Yeah.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Wow. Oh my God, wow. And it's been in that case since it came out. Like I said, my dad was like, I think at first more into it than I was. He's like, you got to have them all. And we used to have the card back off of one of them, and he would flip it on the other side. And he goes, 1 through 90, whatever. And he's like, which ones are you missing? We have to get those.
Yeah. We would do that. We did that too. Like my mom, I'd look on the back of the card and I'd say, I don't have this one. And my mom would go hunt for it,
Yep.
And it was something we did a couple times recently as adults where I would tell her, I'm looking for this particular figure and I can't find it in my area. And she'll drive around up here where she lives because she's like an hour and a half north of me. And sometimes she's found it for me,
Wow.
And she says she still enjoys going on the hunt to look for the toy, like it just reminds her of our childhood and how we used to do that,
Yeah.
So she gets enjoyment. She gets enjoyment out of my collection as well,
Yeah, that's awesome. Wait a minute. Okay, I had to plug in my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Let's see what Dino said now.
He says, all joking aside, I'd never take advantage of someone during a trade, especially a friend.
Aww. Good comeback.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what to do. I collect books too because they're collectible from the movies and the TV shows, and I didn't know VHSs were highly collectible.
Oh my gosh, they're getting way up there. It's crazy, yeah. Especially if you get them sealed in the original plastic, like never used.
Yeah, guess what I just got?
What's that?
The Black Hole limited edition 10 with lobby cards, the original movie, and a Black Hole book inside.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's VHS?
It's VHS.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
And, I was like, oh my gosh. And I love it when people on eBay have no idea what they have.
Yeah.
And they have this most ridiculous prices on these things. And I'm like, oh, buy it now. Click. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And sometimes they have the offer thing and you make them an offer and I'm like, whoa, he accepted it. What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. I've been trying to get into video games and I only have the Wii. And so I found Star Wars Unleashed.
Yep.
For the Wii, so it's only $6. So I was gonna try to start learning how to play video games. I'm just really klutzy because they're like press the X button where and press what on the front top, on the front bottom, what?
Yeah, yeah. You don't know how many times I have to look down and go like, which one's triangle, which one's X, which one's this? Like I should know by now, but I just don't.
And then a Star Trek game came out the other day on Epic Games. One of the other YouTubers I watch, Pacific 414, he did a stream of it. It's actually, it's the game's not for everybody because it's more story driven and you do a few things here and there with the tricorder, but it'll have, um, you know, it has a great story to it. No, Dino, PlayStation 5, that won't even take a ding. And
He's never gonna stop now.
maybe
I will in a minute. Yeah.
everything in your room probably might look 10,000, but still not enough.
Well, Gap, I'm gonna get going here.
Even
I'm gonna. What was that?
well, thanks for having me. Let me be on, and good night for you, your family, and Tunnel, and
Yep.
you know, uh, yeah, we'll leave it like that, and um, I know I don't know you that well, but anything we can do, I'll send prayers every night for him and your family and
Thank you.
everything. So
Yeah.
you're welcome,
Yep.
and thanks
They're
for.
their dad said they're setting up a Zoom call with our cousins and aunts and uncles, so I'm gonna jump off this and get on that with those guys. And so
Yeah, because your
yeah,
brother has a voice. He's got a great voice. When you
yeah.
all play games, and I'm like, who's that voice? I mean, I'd listen to him announce my movie trailers.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, John. Y'all take care and sending good vibes and everything for your family.
Thanks, you Gap. Thank you. All right, guys. Everybody in the chat. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching me play with my my new Grimlock figure here. And yeah, we got all the stickers on him. He looks great. Highly recommend. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with using TEMU. They came through. They sent it in a timely manner, and it was worth what I paid for it. So um, I I can't wait to see more. I'm a little blown away by this thing, but just got to make sure everyone knows it is a reproduction, not technically not an original from the 80s, even though everything about it looks that way. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Stay awesome out there, everyone. We'll see you the next time. All right. Bye. 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 Bye.